2nd of July 1943, Subhash Chandra Bose arrived in Singapore.
सुभाष जान हिंद है, सुभाष मान हिंद है, सुभाष आन हिंद है, सुभाष शान हिंद है, सुभाष जान हिंद आ गए, नाद विश्व हिंद को शान हिंद आ गए.
Thousands had gathered at the Kalang airstrip to greet him on his arrival. Among them was a young doctor, Lakshmi Swaminathan.
I still remember very clearly the day that Netaji arrived in Singapore. I was one among the thousands of Indians, men and women, awaiting his arrival. Seeing him, I knew that all the months we had passed of the INA crisis, of frustration and despair were now over, that at last we had found a leader who had come to lead us on to Delhi, on to victory. And the very next day, there was a meeting at the cafe hall which every single Indian man, woman and child attended, and I was also one amongst those.
We will encounter hunger, thirst and death on the way. It cannot be said how many of us would return alive. The point is that in the end we shall achieve our goal. India shall be free.
Even on that very first day, we could all feel that now we had found a leader whom we could follow to the end. A leader who would never let us down. A leader who was very courageous and would not expect any one of us to do anything that he himself was not prepared to
do. In the months that followed, Netaji addressed a series of public meetings that were to transform the lives of thousands of Indians in Singapore and in fact all over Southeast Asia. On the 6th of July, on this Maidan, in front of the Singapore City Hall, 16,000 Indian soldiers of the INA marched past Netaji as he took the salute from an improvised wooden platform hastily erected across the steps of the City Hall. It was here, at the Padang, that Netaji gave the movement its war cry, Chalo Delhi, onwards to Delhi. Netaji foresaw the creation of a regiment composed entirely of fearless, death-defying women. It would be called, in homage to the warrior queen who had fought the British in 1857, the Rani of Jhansi Regiment. The magic of Netaji's words resounded in the ears of the young Lakshmi Swaminathan, transforming her. She knew her life would never be the same again.
All night I kept awake thinking of the bombshell that Netaji had dropped when he said that he was going to start a women's regiment called the Rani of Jhansi Regiment. So early next morning I went to see him and told him that I was ready to join the regiment. So he told me, I want you to first understand that is not just a propaganda stunt, but I want you to be trained as a proper infantry soldier and then to go to the front and take up arms and fight against the British. So I said, when shall I start? He said, you can start from tomorrow. So then I went round and collected 20 young women who had also heard Netaji's speech, and we practiced for 3 days and then presented arms to Netaji at a women's meeting. We were dressed in simple white saris because we didn't have any uniforms, but still we were able to present arms very smartly, and this pleased Netaji endlessly.